And we're gonna read some comics. Yes, we're gonna. Hey guys, Lazy99 here again. This is my new section I like to call Let's Talk About. Let's talk about Damian. Now, if you're a Batman fan, you should know who Damian is. Damian is Batman's son. Now, Damian, I believe he was born in an artificial womb. He wasn't actually born normally. However, Damian, the reason I wanted to talk about him is because Damian is a character that a lot of people hate. And honestly, in his first appearance, he did not make a good impression. He was very, very whiny. I mean, like, when you first meet him, he's just the most whiny brat ever. And we're thinking, when you first read it, you're like, wow, we thought Jason Todd was bad. I mean, he said the F word to Alfred. I mean, that's just me. For the most part, Damian's he seemed like the kid of what happened if Robin were a complete jerk. Now, as I think I said before, I wasn't too crazy about him when I first saw him. Like, what a complete jerk. Can they have that another vote thing to see if you can kill off someone again? Have that? But, no. But, in the comics now, since Dick Grayson is now Batman, Damian is now Robin. And I think it's interesting how they've done this, because he's been such a jerk and such a whiny little boy. Then I read The Return of Ra's al Ghul, or The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul. I read that comic, and I don't own it, but I read it, and it was pretty good. How Damian, he kind of realizes, okay, I don't really want to be one of these assassins. I don't like what my dad does, but he doesn't respect me like he does these guys, and it's just interesting. And now it's even more interesting that he's Robin and Dick Grayson's Batman, because he's not working with his father at all anymore. He's working with his father's original trainee, which is kind of interesting. I like how Dick Grayson and Damian interact, because you can tell that Damian has respect for Dick Grayson, and you can tell though that even though Dick Grayson's like, okay, he's not Tim, he's definitely not Tim Drake. He needs to learn. He knows a whole lot of moves, but he needs to learn the right way. I was reading a preview of the Blackest Night comic that involved the Batman. I was reading a preview, and they go to a storage unit where there's all these guns, and not Tim Drake, and Damian's like, whoa, guns, wow, cool. And then Dick Grayson's like, we will not use any guns out of respect for Bruce's memory and for the way we do things. We'll use the flamethrowers, but no guns. So, I like that. He's not like any other Robin. Sure, Jason Todd was a jerk when he started out, but he wasn't. He was still like a guy, He still liked to do the right thing, and he didn't. It was just his attitude that got him killed and kind of got him evil or bad, whatever. But Damian is a guy who's grown up in a league of assassins, which is really interesting because it means that he didn't grow up with the same values like these guys had, and he's gonna have to learn how to change. I mean, when you first see him, he actually kills a guy. Heck, he nearly kills Robin. And son, I really liked it when I first read it, but then now I've read it more, it's a little too confusing for me. It's a little cheesy, but it's all right. It's fine. But I mean, Damian was just such a weird character in here, but I think now he's a much better character now that he's like under. Like one thing that I really liked actually was in the Battle for the Cowl when he's like, I think he's driving the Batmobile or something, and he crashes, and there's like, I forget who's there. I think Killer Croc's there, and he's like, fresh meat or something. And Damien's actually scared, and it's kind of cool that way because you know he's like, oh man, I'm like in over my head here, and you know because before he felt it looked like in these other comics he looked like he just laugh at danger no matter what, ha ha ha, so what. But you know the fact that he can actually feel fear just like anybody else is just cool. So yeah, I know there's tons of Damian haters out there who think, oh, Damian should not even be in the comic. Guys, he's not Batmite. He's not just a guy that you would never ever want. I think he's a pretty good character. If he, you know, if I don't know, if you don't just, there's a lot of ways you can just mess up doing him and just make him look like a jerk. Honestly, guys, like, comic book writers know that if you just make someone a jerk the entire time, no one's gonna really like them. I mean, my mom came in the room. I hate it when other people come in the room in the middle of a review. But anyway, so guys, just give Damian a chance, okay? We're not gonna get to vote off to kill him. Okay, this isn't like Jason Todd. He's different. So, sure, I like all the other Robins before him better. But I think if we give him a chance, he'll be able to pull through and become a different sort of Robin. Like, I mean, Tim Drake, he was almost just like a clone of Dick Grayson. Sure, he was different in a sort of way because he was, you know, like, I don't know, smarter when he was younger. I don't know, but he just, he wasn't that different from Dick Grayson. He was just a wholesome guy that, you know, wanted to help. Damien's different. He's a guy that has grown up around the League of Assassins, has killed people before. Now he's thinking, okay, I want to do something. I don't know what my destiny is anymore. So I want to try to help. But one more thing before I'm done. I think the only reason Talia had born in a artificial womb to be fat. So I'm going to do 99 and give him a chance. My favorite comic book writer is Jeff Johns.